Om Shanti and good morning. So we have been listening to Baba's Murli since yesterday, the complete and perfect stage of purity. The Murli dated 25th of June 1977. In yesterday's part, Baba spoke about how being honest and being pure, completely pure, is one and the same thing. And by being honest and completely pure, we can also be the holiest. And Baba said, when we become completely honest and thus completely holiest, that is what leads to our future throne, our future kingdom. And that is also what leads to our being worshipped for 2500 births. Nobody else is as holy as we become, only by being honest. And then Baba spoke about 8 different types of honesties. So we will move on today. We will start with Bab Dada meeting the groups. So Bab Dada is meeting the groups. There are different groups he is meeting. So the first one, Baba says, do you constantly experience yourself to be victorious? Constant victory. To be a master almighty authority means to be victorious. The memorial of the elevated actors is in the form of the Rosary of Victory. In Hindi, they call it the Vijay Mala. So Baba is saying your memorial of all the victorious elevated actor is in the form of the Vijay Mala, the Rosary of Victory. It is not just a rosary, but a rosary of victory. In the Bhakti also they use that word very often. The rosary of victory. Baba says, what does this prove? That only elevated souls are victorious souls. Underline. If you need to be victorious, you need to be elevated. Only elevated souls are victorious souls. This is why the rosary of victory is praised. Are you victorious in this way? Baba is asking. Are you victorious in this way? Are you sometimes threaded in the rosary of victory, or do you sometimes leave the rosary? Is there a fluctuation? Not just leaving, but today we are closer in the rosary and the next day we are farther away. Do you know the reason for experiencing defeat in any situation? I am sure we would have thought why we defeat in a situation and the same situation again and again. How come it defeats us? Baba said, what is the main reason for experiencing defeat? The defeat could be from the weak sanskar. Defeat could be from Maya. Defeat could be from the situations that we face. But what is the reason for that defeat? Baba says, you do not check yourself again and again. Important to underline. The reason for experiencing defeat is that we are not able to check ourselves again and again. Baba keeps using these terms, these words many times, in many more ways. Check and change. Check and change. Both of these words, they always come together. Because unless we will check, we will never change. Change will not happen without checking. And Baba says probably we experience defeat because we are not able to, we are weak in checking ourselves. And not once, but again and again. Probably it needs a level of discipline. Reviewing my own actions, measuring my actions, my thoughts, my words against the ideal. Baba says, you do not use at the right time all the tactics you have received from the Father from time to time. Baba in the Murlis, he gives so many tactics to keep checking ourselves, to keep changing ourselves. Years over years, Baba has spoken about this knowledge. And when Baba speaks about the knowledge, it's only about the tactics. In each of the Murlis, if we see, each Murli has tactics of how we can improvise, how we can elevate, how we can go towards our final stage. Especially the Avyak Murlis. The Baba says, you've received so many tactics from me, but are you using them at the right time? See, this is also a stage to be able to use the right tactic received by Baba, given by him at the right time. Baba says, this is why you are defeated at certain times. One, we don't check again and again. Second, we don't know how to use the tactics at right time. These are the two reasons Baba says we get defeated again and again. You have all the tactics, but you've become aware of them after the time has gone by in the form of repentance, saying, if it had been like this, I would have done this. Many times when we look back at a situation, we repent that I could have probably done it differently. I could have reacted differently. I could have thought differently. I could have said something differently. Because the tactics that Baba has taught us, they come later and not at the right time when we are in the middle of that situation. And that is the worst, Baba says. Repentance after defeat. Baba says, because of being weak in checking yourself, you are not able to change yourself. And even in Lokik, they say that any change starts with realization of something wrong. There has to be a need for change to bring about a change. And if we don't check continuously, not in one situation, not once a day, but continuously, there's this intellect which continues to check us. If we don't do that, then there is no realization that probably we can do something better, and then there is no change. That is what Baba is trying to say here. Baba says, the instrument with which to check oneself is the divine intellect. When Baba makes us his children, the first thing he gives us is the divine intellect. And the only purpose of the divine intellect is to guide us in our conduct, in our thoughts, in our actions, in our deeds, in our words. And we have to continuously use that gift. This is when Baba says, I'm always with you, I am always cooperating with you, I will always support you. The only way for him to do that is through our divine intellect, which is connected with Baba. Baba says, of course, the method of checking is to write a chart, but you can only keep an accurate chart when you have a divine intellect. Subtle intellect, to be able to identify the right from the wrong. Point out, this is what I'm doing again and again, which needs to be improved. Method of checking is to write a chart, but you can only keep an accurate chart when you have a divine intellect. If you do not have a divine intellect, you consider something wrong to be right. Sometimes, many times, and yesterday also we were discussing that we start defending our wrongdoings or wrong thinking. Even small things we defend, because at that time we are not making use of the divine intellect, but the weak sanskar are overshadowing, overpowering the intellect. Intellect becomes weak. So we cannot differentiate between the right and the wrong. Baba says, if an instrument is not accurate, the result would not be correct. In Lakik also, any instrument, if we are using and it's not giving us an accurate reading, then the instrument is said to be wrong. There's something wrong with this instrument. Similarly, if the divine intellect is not accurately reading and reading back what is wrong in the conduct, it's not accurate. The Baba says result will also not be accurate. By checking yourself with the divine intellect, you are able to check yourself accurately. In one of the Murlis, Baba has very specifically, clearly called out what is divine intellect and how to hone your divine intellect, how to nourish your divine intellect. Here, Baba will not go deep into how to do that, but he keeps referring to the divine intellect to be able to check ourselves the way we are, so that we can change wherever needed. Baba says, instead of experiencing defeat, you will be victorious. How? Use your divine intellect to check yourself, and you will be able to change yourself. Instead of experiencing defeat, you will be victorious. And it's a very beautiful feeling when we check ourselves through our divine intellect. And as we move along in knowledge, as we go deeper and deeper, the checking also has to become more and more subtle. Because many things, many weak sanskars will not be able to come into our actions. We'll be able to control them at the action level, but they will come at the thought level. And that's where our checking is not accurate. We are not able to check at the thought level, what am I going through? Am I right? Am I wrong? So this was the first point. Check and change. Check through the divine intellect and change to be victorious at every step and be a part of the the rosary of victory. Second point, Baba says, do you constantly walk and move around, experiencing yourself to be a subtle angel in the orb of light? It's a beautiful stage Baba is referring to. While we move around, looking at ourselves, experiencing ourselves, not just looking, but experiencing ourselves as subtle angel in the orb of light. Just as after becoming an Avyakta angel, Brahma Baba became an instrument to serve all souls everywhere. So do you also experience yourself be a soul, the same as the Father, in the form of light and an angel with a light form? So both the stages, one of being a soul, just a form of light, and second, an angel with a light form. These are two different stages, Baba is saying. Do you experience them like the Father? You have to become equal to both Bap and Dada. Do you not? You have love for both. The proof of love is to become equal. Anyone you love, you try to be like them, to please them and become equal. Your sanskars start matching. In the same way Baba is saying, isn't that a proof of love, of being equal to Bap Dada? Baba says, you will speak in the same way as whomever you love. You start speaking like them because of the sanskar matches. Baba says, love means to harmonize the sanskar, become like them. What their sanskars are, my sanskars also become like them. And there is love on the basis of the harmony of sanskar. The basis for love is the harmony of sanskar, Baba says. When sanskars are not in harmony, it will not be possible to love someone no matter how much you try. The sanskars are not harmonized. Then to love someone will take a lot of effort. It will not be true love. It will be something else. A sign of true love is harmony of sanskars, Baba said. So, do you have love for both the fathers? To be equal to the Father means to become stable in the soul's form of light, Shiv Baba. And to become equal to Dada means to become an angel. Brahma Baba. So to become equal like both the fathers, both these stages are important. The first is being a form of light in the soul as a soul, and the other to be an angel. Baba says you have to give the return of love to both the fathers. So are you giving the return of love? Do you move along as an angel, or does the body made of the five elements attract you? Point of checking. Uh, Everybody will answer that the body does attract sometimes. But what we need to check is the amount of time that the body is attracting due to whatever reason. Is that reducing? Is my stage as an angel going up? Am I more and more spending time in that stage rather than being attracted in the body, the five elements? Baba says, when you become subtle, that body will not attract you. This should be my target. I need to become more and more and more subtle. To become equal to the Father means to become double light. Do you have both types of light? One one is in the corporeal form, and the other is in the incorporeal form. You are equal in both. Are you not? Being light in the corporeal form means being very light when you're performing actions. You're not being affected by those actions. That's being light in the corporeal form. In Hindi, when we say halka, light, as a feather, not getting impacted by anything. And being light in the incorporeal form is being a form of light, like a lighthouse. Baba says, if you become equal, you become powerful and victorious. It's like an automatic engine. If we become equal, the automatic engine of becoming powerful and victorious, it starts working. Then you don't have to make the manual efforts. But till the time Baba says that happens, the manual efforts will continue to happen. If you are not equal, you will fluctuate between being sometimes victorious and sometimes defeated. So till the time that happens, you'll continue to be fluctuating. Many Murlis Baba has said this happens towards the end. And we are sitting in the end of the end. There's no more end. So this is the time to be equal to the Father, to be able to be victorious constantly. Baba says, the way to become unshakable is to become equal. Very simple. Just look at Baba, both the Babas, and be like them. While moving around constantly, consider yourself to be an incorporeal soul. Are you able to hear me?
Now we can hear you, sister.
Sorry, there was some error. I'll repeat. So Baba says, while moving around constantly, consider yourself to be an incorporeal soul. And when performing actions, consider yourself to be an avyakt angel. Right? So when in action, I'm an avyakt angel. And when moving around, I'm an incorporeal soul. Then you will remain constantly above and fly in happiness. Angels are shown as flying. Whenever they show angels, they also show their wings. White angels with wings. They come and do their action and go. That is how they show. So angels are always shown as flying. Baba says, angels are shown on mountains. That's a sign and an analogy to our stage. When we become angels, we constantly are elevated in our stage. Then we don't come down again and again. There's no fluctuation. That's the end stage of being an angel. Always elevated, always above. That's why they are shown on mountains or in the sky. Baba says, an angel means one who has an elevated stage. No matter what happens in the physical world, angels continue to observe each one's part with detachment and give a current. Two things important. As an angel, one, we become an observer with detachment. Whenever we come in contact with other souls, we watch their part as a detached observer. What a beautiful part this one has. And second, we give current. An angel's way of giving a blessing or giving support or giving help is through current, which Baba also calls Sakash. Baba says they have to give this current because they are instruments for benevolence. Huh? Angel is a synonym of benevolence. Whenever people talk of angel, whenever they say, hey, you are like an angel for us, that means you have really helped us, or you've been benevolent to us. You've blessed us. So angel, the term angel is a synonym to benevolence. Baba says it is the job of an angel, the role of an angel to give current as they are nothing but instruments of benevolence. Because Baba cannot be everywhere, God cannot go everywhere. So even in Lokik, they say that because God cannot come everywhere, he sends his angels. Baba said, while watching as a detached observer, continue to give a current. That is, continue to give cooperation. Now, this is the difficult part because when we come into contact with other souls, there are different types of feelings we continue to get, good and bad. Baba says, as an angel, it's only a feeling of benevolence and cooperation and nothing else, no other feeling at all. Whenever I look at it, it's like not having any judgment, either of the situation or of the soul I'm coming in contact. No judgment, just cooperation. Baba says, a current can never be given when you have left your seat. So the seat of being an angel, when you leave that seat, you cannot give the current. Baba says to give a current is to fulfill your responsibility. To fulfill your responsibility means to give a current of benevolence. But you have to pay attention because you can only give it while being in the elevated state. So, as an angel, my stage is what my responsibility is. If I'm in my elevated state, automatically the current of benevolence will go to the other souls. My role, my responsibility is only to stay in my elevated state and not leave that stage at any point. Baba said, to fulfill your responsibility means not to become mixed with anything, but to give a current of cooperation through your attitude and vision, through my actions, through my attitude, and through my vision, through my drishti, which is nothing but drishti and vritti. Baba uses this word. So give a current of cooperation without getting mixed through my attitude and vision. Then you will not feel the heat of any type of atmosphere. There will be no effect. When there will be no effect? When I'm only giving cooperation through my attitude and vision and nothing else. There is no mixed feeling because I'm just fulfilling my responsibility. Baba says, if you feel the heat, it means that you do not have the stage of a detached observer. So this is one way of checking ourselves. Am I feeling the heat of the situation? Because if I'm feeling the heat of a situation, then I'm not in the stage of a detached observer. Then I'm not even an observer. I'm getting involved in that situation. Baba says you don't have to be the task's companion, but you do have to become the Father's companion. No task consciousness, only soul consciousness, angelic consciousness. You feel the heat when you become a companion instead of being a detached observer. If you learn to fulfill your responsibility in this way, you will be revealed to the world as a lighthouse. It happens when we are constantly in the stage of cooperation, in the stage of responsibility. Other souls, they start realizing and looking at us as a lighthouse. What wave is being spread nowadays? And Baba is changing the tone now. He's saying, what wave is being spread nowadays? In the beginning, the Maharathis had a lot of force in their mind to bring their equals into purity from impurity. Do you remember that initial force you had? You had so much deep love and enthusiasm. You had the deep concern to free everyone and fill each one with power. At the beginning, you had the force of having to liberate and protect your equals. Do you have that same wave now? Baba is asking the Maharathi. Whether it is souls who have become weak as they were moving along, or new souls who are still in bondage. So Baba says, whether they are Baba's children who have become weak because they have been moving along for so long, or there are new souls which have come but are still in bondage. Do you still have the strong feeling to free everyone from bondage? It could be the bondage of the mind or a physical bondage. Baba says, or do you set them aside saying that it is drama? What is your present part? Here also, with Brahmin souls also, Baba is saying, do you cooperate? Do you have the feeling of freeing them, or you just leave it to drama? What is your present part? That of a bestower of blessings, a great donor, and a benefactor. That is the part, bestower of blessings, a great donor, and a benefactor. It is the drama, but what is your part in the drama? So this wave should definitely be spread. Which wave? The wave of being a bestower of blessing, the wave of being a great donor, and the wave of being a benefactor. Baba says, just as a fire brigade has the force to put out a fire when there is a fire, they cannot stop anywhere. So too, there should be such a wave. Huh? Not looking at anything as if there is a fire somewhere, just going and doing the job. Others should be protected by your way. If you set them aside, thinking it is the drama or that a kingdom is being established, how would they benefit? Due to being filled with knowledge, you know that this is the drama. But what is your duty in the drama? Baba is also talking to us. Many times we also don't push beyond a point and we just leave it to drama. Baba is saying there's no need to push, but at least at that time, continue to be a bestower of blessing, a benefactor, and a donor. At least that feeling should not go away. There should be a continuous wave of blessings, of giving them the support that they need. What should be the wave among the Maharathis? Whatever you hear, you should have positive thoughts about it, not other types of thoughts. Many times we hear things that Brahmin souls do, and then we start judging or we start thinking, why being a Brahmin we are doing that? So Baba says the wave should be of positive thoughts about everything, no other types of thoughts. Your positive thoughts can cool their intellect. If you set them aside, there would then be nothing for them because it is the Shaktis that have to play this part in a practical way. The Father is just the backbone. In what stage should the Shaktis be? Two specialities are shown in the images of the goddess. Their eyes reveal a motherly feeling, and their hands are holding a weapon. That is, they have a motherly feeling to destroy all evil. That is, they feel mercy and want to destroy evil. So there is always a balance. Baba is talking so beautifully of how the Shaktis should be. Even in the images or deity images, the Shakti is shown as being motherly at the same time holding a weapon. Usually that is not possible, right? When you're holding a weapon, your stature automatically becomes that of, you know, a fighter. But for a Shakti, it is a balance of both motherly feeling and power. So motherly feeling for all the souls and the power to destroy all the evil. Baba says to destroy evil means to plan finishing the devilish sanskars while also having mercy. Many times we are not able to differentiate between the soul and the devilish sanskars. We think the soul is behaving like this, but it's not that. The soul is always beautiful. It's the devilish sanskars that have been gathered by all of us as we've moved along in this drama, which are bad. So, mercy, the feeling of mercy for the soul, and a feeling to destroy the devilish sanskars of that soul is what Baba is talking about. Baba says there should be the balance of being filled with love and of being lawful. Both should exist together. It is not either or. Baba is saying they have to go hand in hand, love and law. And Baba always used to give example of Badi Dadi, Dadi Prakashmani, when he used to talk of love and law, because she was the first one after Bap Dada went, administrative head. But the way she managed with so much of love and at the same time by instigating law as well, that people, every soul, they loved to follow the law. And out of love for Dadi, out of a feeling of gratitude for Dadi, all the work used to happen. Baba says, isn't that a wave of weakness? It isn't that the wave of weakness is suddenly revealed because of destruction, but rather that a general weakness has been existing over a long period of time, but can no longer remain hidden. During the destruction, Baba says, it's not that suddenly a weakness has come up, but there has been a weakness which is constantly hidden inside and no longer can remain there. At first, the weakness exists internally in an incognito way, but time is now coming close, and so you cannot hide your weaknesses. All weaknesses will be out. All is now to be revealed, whether it is those who become kings, those who become subjects, those with a low status, or those who are servants. For all of them, their goods and bads, the weaknesses, the goods and scars, they will all be revealed at the time of transformation. How will the visions of the end take place? These visions are now being granted. It isn't that you didn't have weaknesses and that they have only developed just now, but that the opportunity to reveal them has now come. So Baba says that they will automatically get revealed. You will not be able to do anything about it in your sanskars. Even if there is a small weakness, it will come out at the time of transformation. At the time of finishing an illness, everything emerges. So too, because it is now the time of end, all the various weaknesses of everyone will be revealed. At present, you have just seen one wave, but you will see all the many other waves. It is essential to go to the extreme. Only when you go to the extreme, Baba says, the end will come. Only when there is the extreme can there be the end. Whatever weakness you have within, you will not be able to remain hidden. They will definitely be revealed in one form or another. However, you should feel that everyone ought to experience benefit. From your stage, Baba says you should feel that everyone should experience benefit. You are the bestowers of blessing, and so your every thought should be for the benefit of every soul. There will be no other waves. There will be many other waves. As one wave finishes, another will emerge. The waves of situations Baba is talking of. All these are byplots for the entertainment of making everyone's status very clear. This will continue to happen. There will have to be some amazing scenes. On the one hand, new souls will appear to be racing ahead. On the other hand, souls who have become tired and come to a standstill will be revealed. On the third side, the weaknesses that still remain after a long period of time will be revealed. It is nothing new. However, everything said and done, Baba says, however, there should be both the vision of mercy and the feeling of mercy. Rishti and Ritti of mercy. Acha. So it was again a very beautiful words that Baba used. We will take a 30-second silence and we will come back for a journey. Okay. Anybody wants to share any challenge, please?
Om Shanti Shivani Ben.
Om Shanti.
I just missed listening to the Murli yesterday as I was traveling, but I took my homework for all the points which you said. I sat in, because I'm in Madhuban, I sat in front of the Jankis, that stump, which is one word which was for honesty. And there were two things really which touched me, like how I try to prove myself right. And then I tell Baba, you cannot blame me. You are also a part of that. I just wanted to share that, sister. It was a very good feeling which I had. If there is time, I'll come to the later part of the Murli. Om Shanti.
Nice to know that. I think this is what Baba speaks about when he says check and change, check and change. So Murlis are nothing but a mirror for us to look through. Many times there are certain revelations that happen which we are not able to otherwise see because of whatever reasons. But when we go deeper in the Murli, those things or those stages or those aspects are revealed. Any other points somebody wants to bring out? Baba spoke about what it means to be an angel, how to become a victorious soul to be a part of the rosary of victory. And Baba also spoke about checking and changing. So any churnings on those points?
Okay, let me grab the opportunity. This angel, let me tell you, this walking and moving angel, this morning at Amrit Vela, I'm in Pandabhavan. Let me very honestly tell you, I could witness that. I could witness in every soul that kind of, I don't know what you saw light. I could see light everywhere. I could see them moving lights. And a strange thing, what I also saw, there was alertness in everyone. There was no sloppiness in anything in the way they connected to Baba. I loved it. It was a beautiful thing in Madhuban, especially in this cold and this fog. You know, they were all, it was very nice and white, fully thing and all. But which Baba says that wave, I don't know, I couldn't, I'm yet to see that wave as a fire brigade, to that fire. That I don't know what happened, but I could see the walking and moving angels. It was a lovely sight. Om Shanti.
Yeah. Actually, Baba, when he talks about wave, he talks about a common intellect, a communal intellect, right? One is an individual intellect that each of us have. And when each of us have the same level of intellect, the same level of thoughts, it becomes a combined communal intellect. And that Baba speaks about when he talks about a wave of a fire brigade. That when you go there, your problems automatically get solved when there's a communal intellect. But yes, when we go to Pandav Bhavan, there's a feeling of yourself being an angel and seeing angels all around. And your point of alert, see, that is what an angel is. Because there is a sense of responsibility. Baba spoke about two things, being detached observer and at the same time being responsible. It's these are two very different things, if you see. As a detached observer, it's very difficult for you to be responsible because and when you start being responsible, it's very easy to become involved. So Baba spoke about two things, that be a detached observer and at the same time be a bestower of blessings. And he spoke about the word fire brigade. That's what angels do. Wherever there's a fire, just go and curb that fire and look at nothing else. It's like a wave. The angel will come, do the job, and go. Their responsibility is to just keep doing good, bring others out from misery. Baba says, I can't do it. I am the backbone, but you are the hands.
Sorry to be honest, Shivani Ben. Don't you agree that fire is not there? Because I'm here down. See, I'm a very detached observer, let me tell you. I do not take my thoughts over there. But I can't see that kind of strength. I can see fire around here, people having to beat the cold. But you know, even in thoughts, if you can see, there is a kind of a casuality, there's a kind of a routine, there is a kind of a thing. But that
Correct.
kind of, can you say what's the reason for this? That's strong.
Yeah, so Baba many times has mentioned in the Murlis that we have to beat monotony, even as a Brahmin soul, right? Sometimes monotony gets in because of the discipline, because of being in a routine. That monotony kicks in and we become a little casual about the whole thing. We forget the treasures that we have got and we continue to get from Baba. Every second, every moment, we can keep accumulating more and more treasure. So when that casuality comes in, when that sense of routine, a sense of discipline comes in, that's when, you know, it becomes a normal thing and not something which is so elevated. That is what my feeling is. But if somebody else wants to add anything, please feel free. But Baba says we have to continuously think of new things, new ways of churning the same knowledge, new ways of looking at Baba's words, looking at the treasures that we have received, and keep elevating ourselves so that that casuality doesn't come in, the monotony doesn't come in, the sense of zeal and enthusiasm doesn't go away. That is one thing that we have to continuously look for. The moment we feel this, my zeal and enthusiasm is going away in this gyan, quickly look at how I can bring that back. What newness can I get in my efforts to be able to continuously move on that path of zeal and enthusiasm? And then we'll see that that fire brigade which Baba is expecting us to do, we will show those traits constantly. But any other thoughts on this are welcome. Does that help, Girija?
Yeah, but sometimes I don't know. I know Baba knows. He has seen yesterday, he has seen today, and he has seen tomorrow. He knows what's going to happen. I sometimes feel very sad for him. I'm not saying sad. Sometimes the kind of effort he puts in his murlis and all, I don't see. Let me tell you, whether I am contributing even 10%, I don't know. I'm not saying that I contribute everything. No. But when you're in Madhuban, this place, this is the place where my Baba, he was here. So that sometimes, I don't know, I'm being a teacher, I think, sometimes it puts me off. I'm just sharing, being very honest, brutally honest with you. I don't know what's my contribution. Let me tell you, I'm not trying to overemphasize mine. I'm like others, but what is that? When he's going to hit the gong on our heads? That's what I'm asking. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. See, it is also about, Baba says, today he has answered this actually. When we see all this, it will happen. It's bound to happen. Yes, we feel sorry for Baba. Maybe not sad, but sorry that he has been speaking of this knowledge. It's going to be 90 years, 100 years now. It's been going on, right? But those who have become, and those who will become, those who have to become will become. But not everyone will become. So Baba has answered this beautifully in today's Murli. He said that, don't judge. He said, don't look at the soul, look at the sanskars and be like a Shakti. If I can help them in any way to achieve their end goal, I should. And I should continue to give that current. Because there's a very thin line between giving it to drama and taking responsibility. We can't take responsibility of everyone and everything, but what we can take responsibility of is not to judge anyone, but to keep bestowing blessings, having good vibes, good hopes, and good drishti. As Baba said, merciful attitude and merciful vision. And then become a detached observer. Baba also knows this is how it will happen. Nothing new for Baba also. Anything else? I think it's already 6.
Yes, just in the interest of time, can we just move on to a short meditation and close?
Yeah, so we'll take a minute and we'll minute of silence, go back, look at what Baba said today, what appeals to us, and then we will close. Okay. Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Divine Family. Om Shanti.
Thank you, sister.
Om
Shanti. Okay, carry on.
Before we close today's session, there's an announcement for this Sunday session. Brother Sudarshan will be continuing a manthan on the Murli, the same Murli that sister has been reading from yesterday. So we request that we revise this Murli while we attend the session on Sunday. Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Shwani Ben. Thank you, Divine Family. See you tomorrow morning at 5 a.m.